So I understand you have a large-scale packaging concept for this record. Tell me what we can expect.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me to see how the special edition, the deluxe edition, has become almost like, you know, a meme in itself. It's like the norm now. And when I started with my first solo record, Insurgentes, it was quite unusual to do the hardback book, the cloth bound book with the, you know, the large format of the multi-disc. But in the last 5 years, it's become like, it's weird if you don't do that. You know, if you're like a classic rock band or you know, anything, even dance bands doing it now, electronic bands doing it. If you don't do the special edition, you know, it's kind of the anomaly as opposed to the norm. So now I was looking for a way to take things actually up a step. So things will be inserted into the book that will effectively be loose. So it's a very ambitious, very expensive thing to do. Going to be very elaborate, and it will effectively be like a document of a life, somebody's life. Lasse is in control, is kind of taking note over the kind of whole side of the photography. Hoile is doing some of the illustration, and then Carl Glover also is very key to this, because Carl is brilliant at basically being able to create you know, imitations of official documents. We have newspaper cuttings, you know, fake newspaper cuttings, but they'll hopefully be so convincing that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. You know, even going down to the level of detail, like where you've cut out a newspaper cutting, there's some random stuff on the back, you know, whether it's the sports results or something. That level of attention and detail, Carl is brilliant at that. It's a massive, you know, sort of headache to do. So I think it's going to be something really beautiful, and hopefully, you know, raise the bar again as far as the packaging is concerned.
So what attracts you to these giant concepts, particularly for your solo work?
You know, I grew up with books and music together. I mean, I wasn't just listening to records, I was listening to records while I was reading. And so the idea of the musical journey as a kind of narrative, I guess, was ingrained in me from a very early age, from always kind of associating listening to music with reading stories, and stories that had a kind of narrative arc. And at the same time, of course, the music I was listening to tended towards the more, you know, conceptual albums. I from a very early age, I loved, you know, my father was listening to Pink Floyd records, my mother was listening to Giorgio Moroder, Donna Summer records, which in their own way are conceived as very kind of conceptual, you know, musical journeys. Some of the Donna Summer albums have like 17-minute tracks taking up a whole of a side, and the way the grooves develop and the narrative of the music in itself tells a story in its own right, not just lyrically. So I was listening to those kind of records, and at the same time I was obsessed with literature. So for me, it was always about trying to tell a story through the music and through the lyrics.